Hello, y'all. It is Tia from Tarot by Tia. I'm back with another video. Today, we're doing the Pisces quarterly reading, which means that it's the next 3 months. And at this moment in time, the next 3 months is April, May, and June. And this could leak over a bit into March, leak over a bit into July. Whatever happens for you guys, because it is a um it is kind of a reading for a lot of people, hopefully. But if it does just resonate with one or two people, that's also fine. If it does not resonate with you, please don't try and force it. It's not a big deal. Maybe I'm not the reader for you, or maybe not the reader for you at this time. If nothing that I ever read for you resonates, then, maybe we're just not a good match. It happens sometimes. It just is what it is. So, just washed my hands. I'm hearing that song by Paris Paloma. I just did the Taurus reading, and I think that song came up in that reading. I'm doing this reading specifically because there is one person out there who is like, hey, when are you doing Pisces? I was like, tomorrow. And they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'll just do it today if you'll be here for it. So here we are. Hello there. You are. All right. So, took me less time to get back than I thought it would. Okay. Pisces. Pisces is an interesting sign for me. Oh, something flipped over. What is going on? Hold on. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. It's also ruled by Neptune. I believe it is co-ruled by Jupiter, though. So, um, but mostly ruled by Neptune. Right now, there is a stellium of planets in Pisces. Hello, March 4th. Happy belated birthday. Oh, what are you here for? Are you here for money? Are you here for love? Or are you just here to check in your energy? Because I can do that one thing first. Because I don't want to, waste your time or anything. So I normally do general, financial, and then love. So if you're here for love, I can do love first. Or if you're here for financial, I can do that first. If you just want to see what's going on with your sign. Okay, cool. So we're looking at Pisces energy check-in, but I do encourage you to look at your stars, look at your chart, your birth chart. Pisces right now is full of planets and stuff. If you've got Saturn, you've got the Sun, Venus is gonna be there soon. I believe Mercury's gonna be there soon. Money. So why don't we do money first? What's coming for my Piscean friends financially? For some strange reason, I'm seeing the horse people, the horse entities from Go Over Shovels, the ones that they'll take all day to say something, and they'll think about how it will affect other people. I can't even remember the pronunciation of the word, but if you look up Gulliver's Travels and the horses, the horse people, the horse entities or whatever, you might be able to get get a message there. It's just like they spent all day like to come up with something to say. Like you might ask them a question 2 weeks ago, and they're still trying to figure out how to answer the question. I don't even know why I'm seeing these horse people. I don't know if you live in a horse community or if you're a horse person, if you like horses or you drive a Mustang. Something about horses or patience. The horse people in Gulliver's Travels are extremely patient. Anyway, looking at finances for Pisces, please. For people who watch on the replay, please remember this is not a personal reading, although it's very personal for a lot of you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Actually, the next days. Remember that you can get a message from this even if it's not within the time frame listed. This is an evergreen reading. See it. So over the next 90 days. Hey. Okay, financially, there goes the Magician. You might have Aries placements, especially there goes the Ace of Cups and the Temperance card. Now, what I saw or what I heard first was that's under the Nine of Pentacles is a warn notice. A warn notice is a layoff notice. So there goes the three of swords. So, it's okay to keep your options open when it comes to finances. I see that Jupiter is probably well placed for you. Jupiter is probably well placed for you guys. Look into your Jupiter in your um birth chart. But I do see, warn notice, a warn notice. I don't know if you guys are part of uh a company that has to do warn notices, but warn notices are basically layoff notices. So and if it doesn't resonate, please just leave it alone. Maybe it's not for you. But I'm seeing that it maybe you get a warn notice and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then it's like, okay, well, I've got savings. I can, some people can go home to their parents. Some people can just speak into existence things they want. Um, some of you guys might do spells, which is perfectly fine over here. But I do feel like these two cards together, it feels like an outpouring of emotion for a little bit, but the underlying energy is you'll be fine. This is the card of having everything you want and need. Um, I feel like some of you guys might have something that you don't even realize that you could possibly use if you had to. Like maybe you bought a car, like an older car, like a 1969 Firebird or a 1969 Pontiac or whatever, and it's just in your garage, fairly good shape because those cars kind of um they can show scratches and dings and stuff, and it really feels like you could possibly use those things to be okay, especially if it's like comic books, if it's like a coin collection that you didn't realize that was worth more than what it was. Even the change in your pocket right now, you could look at it and see, this coin doesn't look like it should be worth much, but You look it up online. Oh my God, it's $500, whatever, something like that. These are just examples. So yeah, a little bit disappointment, maybe. We saw this in I think it was Taurus. It had to be Taurus. Maybe Aries, because I haven't done very many readings as of yet. But anyway, we're gonna look at this Three of Swords, please. Why is this Three of Swords here for the finances of my Pisceans? Come on. The reason why I'm not too concerned is because we've got the Magician, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we've also got the Temperance card. Ace of Swords does feel like an outpouring of emotion, but it feels like in the beginning as anxiety, but then it starts to feel like relief as we go along. This is 3 months. It is a period, so it's like it's like a tax season for a business. It's like 3 months, depending on how you pay your taxes for the business. Anyway, Three of Swords. This could be 3 months where some shit just happens. Like every month, something happens. Like if you feel like you're set, you can sell a truck, you can sell some wheels, you can sell a tire. Like especially if you've got one of those big monster trucks or whatever. And you can just like put it on blocks and sell the wheels and be fine for a month. It's like something every month happens. The water heater goes out, the the carburetor needs to be rebuilt, the engine goes out or whatever 1 month. The next month it's like it really feels like some bullshit happens for somebody out there. One thing happens every month where you just really have to get your shit together and you're like, all right, but you'll be fine, you know it's like this is the Magician. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like you can it's like if it's not you guys doing spells, maybe if you guys are like, I don't do that stuff, whatever. It's like you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You're very creative. You're able to, you know, figure shit out. And the reason why it feels like maybe there's one thing every month that happens is like Saturn is in your sign right now. Saturn is going to be there for a while. And if you're around 27 to I think 31, Saturn return. Okay. And if it's in your first house, it's stronger than it would normally be. If it's in your first house and your first house has a lot of Pisces stuff, on top of having a Pisces stellium, it's like Saturn is very irritated right now. And Saturn is not the planet that you really want to. Pluto is the planet that you really don't want to irritate, but Saturn is like the second planet that you really just don't want to irritate right now or at all, ever. Saturn is the time lord, Saturn is the karma lord. So it's like if there are things you've been putting off for a long time, Saturn will let you know. So let's say you haven't changed your tires in 4 years. Saturn will let you know. But anyway, we're looking at why. Clarifying the Three of Swords, please. Three of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Cups. And there goes why does the King of Swords keep coming out? That might have to be that might be like an environmental thing for a lot of us, but we'll see how it goes as I go through the zodiac. Anyway, Three of Swords, Seven of Wands is like holding or standing your ground or having to defend yourself or to me it looks like barriers also. Six of Cups is things from the past, like coming back around again. It could be nostalgia. If this was a love reading, I would say somebody coming back, but I feel like these two cards together is like a barrier coming back or something bouncing back to, don't do that. A barrier bouncing back to kind of like cause you issues. If there are a lot of things you've been putting off, now is the time, especially since it's gonna be tax time, that your house, like your yard, like you might find problems popping up, especially if you put them off until tax time. You know, I understand it's really hard out here right now. Food is crazy. It's like crazy prices. It's like all kinds of stuff going on. And it feels like maybe you manifested more tax money than you originally thought, or maybe you manifested, um, a job, like a second job or whatever. It really feels like y'all end up with finances, but then you end up having to use those finances on things from the past that you guys didn't necessarily have the money to deal with until you got your tax return. If you guys don't get a tax return, maybe you get, another business to work with your collaboration, or if you're a social media person, maybe you guys end up with a sponsorship that gives you a little bit extra money. And it's like it really feels like you guys end up, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because it feels like Murphy's Law. I think it's Murphy's Law, where if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong, but it's only going wrong because at the time it made sense not to deal with it until you had the money. And then you end up having the money and you're like, okay, I want to go do this. I want to travel, right? I want to go travel. I want to go on this path. Maybe I want to start a spiritual whatever, buy some candles or something. I don't know. Whatever it is for you. And you end up having to deal with your car. Your car will always tell you when you got money because your car will break down, or there's an extra bill, or your kids need something. It feels like something pops up. But with the magician here, it also feels like you guys have the ability to manifest things. You have maybe you're in the right area, maybe you have a car where you can be a medical care courier or whatever, or something. And it's like you're able to manifest the money, but you're also able to take that money and be an adult. This is like the adulting thing for me. And I this is the first time I've ever seen adulting here, because I understand it myself. Um, but I want to look at this Ace of Cups. This could also be advice to, like, look at what you can fix right now so that it doesn't all pile up on you at one time. I don't know if I said this before with the magician. You can manifest what you like want, need, depending on, like, it doesn't matter if you're doing law of attraction, you're doing like magic, or you're praying like Christian prayers, or Jewish, Islamic, whatever. It's like it feels like you guys are spiritually connected and you can manifest what you want. And it's like when you start seeing your manifestations show up, you're already in a hole where you have to catch up. Okay, it's like, all right, so I manifested this $1,000, right? $1,000 bonus at work. And now I have to use it for my car. Past issues. But it's like if you maintain that same track, it's not that you are manifesting problems. These are problems that were already there. And at some point, The problems and the money will match up, and it won't suck anymore. And you'll be able to have a car that works, have a house that's not falling apart, have a yard that looks nice, for the HOA or whatever, and then you'll be able to have extra money. It's just like you have to continue to do whatever you're doing to manifest the money, to continue to fix the problems until there are no more problems to fix. You may even have to, buy a new car. What did I do with this? Just to continue getting the money. I don't know. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. There are so many different storylines out there with my Piscean peoples, that it is what it is. So anyway, we're gonna look at the Ace of Cups. I don't like to give negative, readings. And I like that this one is like, yeah, there's difficulties, but you have the ability to navigate them. They might take some work. What do they call it? Elbow grease. But you can get through it. That was a terrible shuffle. I would like a good one, please. I need those later. The Ace of Cups, please. The Hermit, which is the opposite. Virgo is the opposite of Pisces. You might want to look at your opposite sign house to see if there's anything there. Two of Cups. The Emperor. You may also have Aries placements. You might have Virgo placements. You could also have Sagittarius placements here. But this is coming off as guidance. You could also be feeling like you want to be solitary, and just be in your house. This also looks like research. You maybe trying to figure out something's legit. If something that came through your network your network towards you is legit, or if it's just a scam, tempted to let it bypass you because it seems too good to be true, which, I understand completely. But it does it. I like this reading for you guys. The Three of Swords kind of, throw a bit of a wrench in there. But I do feel like if you guys are willing to kind of step outside of your comfort zone, you can be successful. I don't. I think I only have one Pentacles card. Nine of Pentacles is a pretty good card to get. So you may also want to check on your investments, look at your 401k, if you need to. And this is something that people don't like to do. They don't like to, explore this option. If you really, really, really need to, you can borrow money from your 401k. I am not a financial advisor. I am not advising you to do so. You have to make that choice on your own. If you have to make the choice on your own, if you are really in need, you might be losing your house or whatever. I'm not saying you are, because this looks very positive. This is just an example. And you've been working your entire life, and you roll over your 401ks every year or every job, right? It's all on one account, and you can in it. The account allows you to, um, pardon me, to borrow money. You could possibly do that, but you have to know that you're borrowing money from yourself and you will be paying that money back to yourself. And if you don't pay it back, there will be penalties. So that's just for somebody out there. You know, that's just for somebody out there. But I personally would not recommend that. But if you really, really, really need it, just do what you need to do. But anyway, like just, if you're on the brink of losing your house and you have a job and you have a 401k that you can borrow from, I mean, what are you gonna do? So anyway, um, yeah, I feel like if you ask, there is guidance for you, especially if you are in a fairly large city or you have access to a large city. You can go talk to the librarians. Some librarians are trained to give you resources for whatever your problem is. Now, okay, that is financial. I'm gonna look at the temperance card and then I'm gonna look at the Knight of Pentacles and then I think I'm gonna be done because I could ramble all night, you know. But I'm pretty sure you guys want to go do something else for a while. Six of Pentacles, or six. Why do I call it Six of Pentacles? Six of Wands. Jesus, Six of Wands wants to come out. There goes the Chariot card, which I like. This is Pisces. That can be Pisces, but can also be Chariot, which is Cancer. Why am I having a hard time? There goes the Page of Swords again. The Knight of Pentacles, please. Before I go on, clear for the Knight of Pentacles, please. There goes the Page of Wands. There goes the Fool card. Lots of energy of starting over yet again. And there goes the Empress. So if you guys have Taurus placements, you might want to go watch the Taurus reading because right now there are several cards that show up there. If you're not attracted to it, don't worry about it. No big deal. So it really feels like if you guys take a leap of faith, there can be financial growth. If you allow yourselves to be spiritually guided, like whatever your spirituality is, it could be, waiting for a revelation from your personal God, or it could be you doing your own tarot cards. I'm not personally doing readings, but maybe you find a reader that you have an affinity with. That person could possibly help you because I feel like this is your destiny financially. It's like galloping forward. Be mindful that you don't trample over other people. Don't step on the little people, especially if you're a corporate baddie and you're able to. It's like you guys are going to be the ones making decisions in the future. You go from 0 to 3. There's the 9. That's a 7. That's a 4. You have the Emperor and the Empress out here. If you work at a company owned by a husband and wife team, I feel like there are some things that you don't like, but ultimately, um, either you move up to a company that you prefer, or you guys like the husband and wife. There are things you don't like, especially if you're the accountant for these people. But you still might end up moving to another company because of the things you don't like. So, I mean, you can always change your life, especially since you guys come off as the magician able to like speak things into existence. Um, yeah, I like this for you. I like this growth and success. Find out how to be guided. Also, try not to spend too much time in your room alone, especially if you're an empath. I know it kind of sucks going out into like the world and having to hear all the noises, but I feel like it's something that, especially if you've got a friend group, that can kind of be there for you. Um, just try not to spend too much time alone. That can also take a toll on your mind, even if you don't realize it. But yeah, look at your Jupiter placements for sure. Um, Temperance is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. There's also Aries, Taurus, Virgo. It's another card of Aries. You might have an Aries Mercury. If this reading does not resonate right now, maybe come back in a month and see what's going on. Sometimes it's hard to see what's coming. It was Taurus, Aries. Okay. So what shall we do next? General or love? Well, like I was saying, it's kind of hard to see it coming because you don't see any way to it. And maybe there are things that you guys forgot. I think maybe general. I think the general reading is one that you were also interested in, like a general energy seven for Pisces. Something over the next 30 days might start to show itself, especially if you do take a leap of faith towards something. Definitely do your own due diligence. Make sure it's good for you. Make sure it's something that you possibly want. You know, Live online, make sure it's not a scam, whatever the case may be. And after that, if you can take a leap of faith towards something, feels like could possibly be successful. I am failing at the shuffling. Come on now. Pisces seekers over the next 90 days. Feels like something coming towards you over the next 30 days, actually. But I want to look at the entire 90. And if the 30 days comes up, that was fantastic. Last time, please. All right, so we've got the 10 of Wands. Somebody is stressed out. You guys might be working too much. I don't know. You've got all wands. Wands are very physical cards. Wands are very like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing something all the time. Don't forget to take a rest. There goes Nine of Pentacles. It's like you're working to make sure that everything um is where you want it to be. You're working to somebody out there might be an accountant. If you are an accountant right now is a very good time for you guys to be out here working because it's tax season. If you're an accountant, it may also help for you to be a notary. And this is what it's coming off as. It's like a slippery slope. If you're an accountant, it's good to do taxes. If you're a tax professional, it's good for you to do, accountant work. And if you're doing this, it's good for you to do notary work. And if you're going to be a notary, you want to do uh, loan signing notary work and also be this and do that, and then you want to do this and that and do fingerprinting, and it's like it feels like overwhelming. It does feel a little bit overwhelming for you Pisceans. It's like you want to be everything to everyone, and you do not have to do that. What do you want to do? Like how do you want to get through life? Like, why do you feel like maybe you need to do this, that, and the fourth for everybody else? There goes the Nine of Wands. This is the card of it can be a card of exhaustion. Maybe you guys have more than one job. Maybe you have to work more than one job, or you feel like you have to make your ends meet. But it's coming off as being like struggle. It's coming off as being like things moving very fast. It's like maybe you guys are chat reps or something and you're working online and like the messages are coming towards you faster and faster. And these two cards together are giving an online vibe, honestly. I don't know if you guys want a work at home job or if you're, feeling like, I don't know, like something here is feeling very overwhelmed. Like I'm overwhelmed. I've got too much stuff going on. Things are going too fast, and I'm being worried that I'm being watched. Somebody may be a little paranoid about being watched. This is a message for one or two people. The people who already know what's going on. It feels like somebody out there may have been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia or something, bipolar disorder. I think bipolar disorder is not in the same category as schizoaffective disorder. I don't know. I'm not a professional mental health person, so I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. It feels like they're in different categories. I'm an advocate for mental health. Okay. If you feel like you need assistance, please, please, please go find a professional that can help you with what you need help with. So I want to look at the Ten of Wands. Somebody might have an affinity with peacocks. Looking at this feather in this man's cap, it feels like I'm seeing peacocks, or maybe somebody just prefers to watch peacock, like somebody watched Monk on Peacocks, the Monk movie, the new one. King of Swords, he is coming out. There goes Judgment card. Justice card. Okay, so if somebody is going through a court case, I can understand why that would be something that is stressing you out, especially if it is like a custody thing. But this is coming off kind of sort of as like employee type related. Maybe your employer didn't give you all the money you deserved or whatever. You got a 9 and we got a 20. So it's like and a 10. So whatever this is, it feels like it's close to the end. Um it it really kind of there was a 9 too. Two nines. Two nines, 120, and a 10. It really feels like you guys are getting close to the end. You may have to go back around because it's 10, 8, 2. King, 29. It's like maybe you guys are delayed for some reason. Um, if especially if it's a court case type thing. Maybe you guys have terrible neighbors, like Karens. You know what I mean? Like 'cause Karens can suck, but if your Karens have their trees over on your lawn, don't cut them down. Talk to the state because it depends on I think it depends on what state you are. If you cut them down, like if they're overhanging into your yard, they're your tree. That those are your tree branches, right? Or you have the right to cut them down, and in some states you don't. So take what resonates with that, leave the rest. But in general, it's something like being online. Like this is a specific message for somebody as well. If you're a teenage girl or you have a teenager, doesn't necessarily have to be a girl. I'm just specifically saying a, a child, a girl. Um, they might be cyberbullied. This is the general reading too, so again, take it race nice, leave the rest. The reason why I say cyberbullied is because there's it looks like a world. On the original card, the person is holding the world in their hands. And this is a card of things moving fast. It can also indicate text messages and stuff like that. Somebody might be looking through those on the weekend and, yeah, not necessarily finding something they don't like. You may find yourself finding something you do like your kids acting appropriately. But I am just going off on a tangent now. Anyway, sorry. This person wants to come out again. Or I said them before and they kind of want to come out again. Anyway, online, just watch your kids. If you look through somebody else's phone, it just, it looks like you might find it's two different storylines. One, you might find something stressful with this King of Swords here that you might end up having to use in court. Or two, you're stressing yourself out for no reason and things are appropriate. I just want to look at the Two of Wands and then I think I'm going to move on. Ugh, Ace of Swords. Why did I say Ace? This is the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight. Oh, wow. Okay. Ace of Swords. The fuck? Wheel of Fortune. So somebody out there, I'm hearing like might get a bark phone for their child. Like if you have a kid, you feel like maybe you just want to protect them a little bit more. I'm not affiliated with these people. Bark phones. I've seen them. I've got children, so these things just show up on my TikTok or whatever. Bark phones are supposed to be something that parents can control more. Um, but be mindful not to over constrict your children or the people around you. Um, if you guys are going through some kind of divorce and you are ending up alone, like so single, try not to be too restrictive, especially if you guys end up on a dating site or whatever. because I feel like you guys can find something or someone else there. You just kind of have to find a good balance between saying what you want to say and saying what you need to say, but also putting words up that are appealing. You have to find a good balance between all of those things. There goes that 11 or 9. I think that's 11. It's like we're bobbing around the end. This is 10, that's 10, 20, 11. That's a 9. It's like we're just hanging around the end, trying to start over again. And these two also could be talking to somebody about something that you've been suppressing or they've been suppressing for a while. So that is a general. Seems like it was kind of a wide net of things. Okay. We're going to move on to, because we have financial, that's general. We're going to do the love reading now for my Piscean viewers. Don't know why, but we're going to use this one for love. What's coming? Ugh, my Piscean viewers. Love. Over the next 90 days. Trying to read that. I'm having the hardest time right now. Anywho, what's coming to my Piscean viewers over the next 90 days? Nice. That was a good one. I'll take that. Okay. Oh, not surprised. Queen of Cups is a very Piscean energy. There goes a Two of Cups and a Five of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. We saw the Ten of Wands in the general reading. Somebody out there is like, fuck that. Like just fuck it. That's what that's what I'm hearing. It's like somebody thinking, just fuck it. Don't there goes Pisces energy at the bottom of the deck under everything else. So I want to look at this Five of Cups. I really should stop shuffling the deck if it's not working, huh? Five of Cups, please. Okay. So, Seven of Wands, not surprised at all. There appears to be somebody here who's not a good match. Frickin' Page of Swords again. We've got a lot of communication going on. Two of Swords. You may have blocked somebody, and it feels like. Let's look at this. They're trying to like. It feels like you're standing your ground with the Seven of Wands, and they're like trying to figure out how to not have to deal with the block and some kind of stress. If somebody out there is being stalked, this is like one or two of you guys where it's like a legitimate like in your face. If you go to work, this person's always there, kind of thing. Um, yeah, it's not pleasant. You might block somebody and they're trying to get around the block, or take rest next with the rest, or somebody blocked you and you're trying to get around the block. But I'm reading for you guys, and I was asking what's coming for you guys in love. Somebody may also be trying to fight for their relationship. The Ten of Wands, please. There's something on the floor. I thought. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. If I did, I'll find it tomorrow. It'll just be down there. Okay. Six of Swords. So you guys can be moving away from this. Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing, what it feels like is somebody holding on. Somebody's trying to move away. The other person's like holding on to them. And they may not even realize that they're holding on so tightly to this person. Because look at this. It's like I'm gonna hold on to the reaper comes to get me. I'm holding on to whatever is valuable. Like this person doesn't have, it feels like they're an NPC in a game. And they're just like input this, get out this, you know. I'm going to input game, um like I'm going to input gameplay for just a game, for example. I'm going to get out gameplay for that. And it's like this person is just not, they're not prepared for how life actually works. It's like everything, I'm going to do this, therefore I get this. I pay for this, therefore I get that. Everything feels transactional here. Okay. Having the issue. Sorry. Hello, like one. Can I ask one question, please? Um, I'm gonna finish doing this. Sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, um, Ten of Wands coming off as their energy, like they're stressed out. It's like they're this person could also be doing shady stuff because it looks like this person's gonna get caught up. They're holding on. I don't like that because it feels like somebody out there blocked this person or this group of people. Somebody might also be no contact with their parents. I'm just trying to mind my business. I'm just trying to live my life. Especially if you had a relationship with somebody that was the reason why you went no contact with somebody. And it's like these people trying to come back around again. Alternatively, somebody out there may have been depressed for a long time or solitary for a long time, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn around and look at the good cups that I've got, putting their foot down because they don't have standards. But it's like um people coming back from the past trying to like worm themselves in because your guys are the best option. So I'm gonna look at the Two of Cups, and then I think I'm going to be done. It honestly looks like love life being a bit difficult. Trying to move on. The Queen of Cups is trying to move on, but somebody is trying to hold on to her. Especially if you're a very empathic person or if you have other kinds of gifts. Okay. H. Oh, well, somebody. Oh, hold on. Let me get all the cards before I start telling what I see. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Two of Pentacles. It feels like somebody is lost without you. Um, Even if it's just a parent, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It feels like somebody is lost without you guys. They don't know what to do. I feel like you guys are well equipped for life. You've got everything you want and need. And even if you don't, you know how to get it, you know where to go. And somebody is like kind of jealous of that. They're kind of like trying to target that. Um, just dropped a card. I feel like I keep dropping cards and then keep disappearing. Where? Where are the cards going? How it's all the way over here? That's my question. But anyway, it really feels like you guys are unbothered. Unbothered, forsooth. You could be a little bit stressed out, but that's just life, you know? And it feels like somebody is targeting you guys specifically because you have decided to move on and be on your own, or maybe you've been doing that for a long time. I'm seeing people who have chickens, especially one named Gertie or Gertrude. It just feels like you guys are unbothered. And this makes the person that's kind of like watching you guys or trying to get into your good graces um stressed out. They feel like they have to lie, you know? So I hope that made some sense. I hope that made some sense. I just wanted to see. I was looking to see if I'd missed anything. Um, Thank you guys for watching. I hope, like I said before, that made sense. I'm so tired right now. My brain is like ah. So I might finish the other zodiac signs tomorrow when I have more energy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Tip, donate, comment. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.